yeah, welcome to Brokers Connection for Tequila Thursdays, sponsored by Lendmate Capital and Fun Rock Capital. On this distinguished panel tonight, we have Bartolo, mortgage specialist and business funding specialist. All right. And that's Tolo. We have the one and only Jose Martinez, aka El Mágico.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
All right. We have one of our top sales reps that is well versed in mortgages, business funding, as well as no income documentation funding. And she also owns a trucking company. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Hussein.
There we go.
Hey, everyone.
And your host, Daryl Mills. I'm here. Okay. I specialize in business funding as well. And I'm starting to touch a little bit on mortgages. Guys, welcome to Tequila Thursdays. Again, sponsored by Fun Rock Capital and Lendmate Capital. So this evening, we would like to discuss a few topics. All right. Nothing crazy. But first off, we got to start with a cheers. Let's toast it up, guys.
Cheers.
Toast it up.
Thursday.
Toast it up. Thirsty Thursdays. All right. It's bad luck to not sip, Sarah, after you.
Stop. I think he's gonna be watching me.
A little sip.
All right. We also have Joe and Sean here. They're gonna jump on. Yeah, and Carl. They're gonna jump on in a second. They're just finishing up some mortgage stuff. But yeah, today's episode, we really just, we wanted to raise our glasses, just for a couple of closed deals this week. I know mortgages. We had what? How many clinicals?
I believe there were 4 clinicals this weekend through one client, 3 properties.
Great.
And then we also had a few other clients as well.
Perfect. All right, guys. Yeah. So, I don't want to read from the script. This kind of sucks. All right, listen, guys. So, really throughout this episode, really going to discuss tips in handling deals, any kind of hiccups that we have handling deals. Really want to discuss really how we maintain client relationships, really, and knowing when to push or pull back during a negotiation. Feel free if you guys, right now we have Mo in here, we have Candace, we have Alessandro. If you guys ever want to chime in, just feel free to unmute yourself. Chime in. We'd love to do a little Q&A, or if you guys want to know a little bit more about what we're discussing, feel free just to chime in. The first shot of tequila got me sweating. All right, Jose, take it off.
Well, I just want to talk today about, obviously we have specialists in the mortgage field as well as business lending. Just different experiences as far as to what you guys feel the difficulties are. Obviously, it's Thursday. We're winding down. We also want to just understand how your week was. Were there any deals that you guys felt were difficult, or what did you guys see? How is the economy doing now after the election? Obviously, now our businesses starting to take more money in. Our clients starting to now access funds. We're towards what, the end of the quarter?
Yeah.
As well. So are clients taking more money now?
Yes, definitely. I mean, going into the fourth quarter with a lot of businesses, especially for retail, even restaurants.
Speaking to the mic a little bit more, Tolo.
You hear me better?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
There you go.
So coming into the fourth quarter, especially with businesses like retail, restaurants, anything catering, anything to stock up for the holidays,
Yep.
they look for funding like crazy.
What we were talking about was really why people need certain deals, because everyone wants the cheapest money, everyone wants the lowest payment, right? But what really matters to us, because we have so many different programs in house, is why they need the money. A guy that's flipping inventory every 2 to 3 months does not need a 10-year term loan.
Correct.
Doesn't need a 10-year SBA loan. These the guys that need money for inventory they need money 2 to 6 times a year. And the programs, the revenue-based financing programs that we have, when they pay it off early, they get prepayment discounts. That makes sense to somebody. You could borrow money at, let's just say, 30 cents on the dollar, pay it off early in a month or two, and now you end up paying about like 14 cents on the dollar, which is kind of rivaling what the banks are giving people. Correct. You know what I mean? So it's never about the client picking which program that they want. It's up to us to go ahead and point them in the right direction and the deal that makes the most sense to them.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback off of that also. It's also
you piggyback. We're gonna piggyback each other.
You better watch out, bro. Come on, there's not enough tequila in the world, my guy. Not enough. But see, now you made me lose my train of thought.
So
What I was gonna say is also urgency. So a lot of people don't realize when these clients are coming to you and they say, I need money for the fourth quarter, they're not gonna go for an SBA. Do you know how long an SBA takes?
Yeah.
What, 4 to 6 weeks on an express, right? Anything under 350, you're looking at 4
Yeah.
to 6 week turnaround time. By then the holidays are over. They didn't lose out.
Correct.
and but Bartol, to piggyback off that, we actually just spoke with a bank yesterday that said SBAs take no less than 90 days.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right?
For a traditional bank, correct?
Of
Traditional
course, yep.
finance.
So just getting back to that, I mean, the community out there, the members that have joined Brokers Connection, right?
Yeah.
That community within itself, one of the things that they have to, I guess I would like for them to understand is that the client isn't always right, unfortunately, when it comes to financial products. And the reason why is because they don't know what the ins and outs are. They just know what they have heard, whether it's on TV or what they want.
The trigger words, yeah.
Everyone's going to
Yes.
say, I want a line of credit.
Yep.
Everyone's going to say, I want an SBA program, right? And I know that working with Sarah, we've had several different clients that want different types of program or specific programs. However, they don't qualify at the time, right?
Mhm.
Like some short-term financing, right? What are the qualifications for something short-term?
Short-term financing, you need to have deposits in the business bank account, and we're usually able to match those deposits and fund within 24 hours.
Correct.
But yeah, Daryl's right. These trigger words really get the client. If I had to pick my favorite product here, it's the 0% interest business credit cards. A lot of clients right away say they don't want credit cards. They don't want credit cards. But if you're able to flip the money and you have 0% APR for at least a year,
Yep.
it's a great product. And you can compare it to an MCA and flipping your money. You can compare it to an actual line of credit and it has a better interest rate. So as long as I go through a business plan with the client and help them think out how they're going to use or spend their money or pay us back, tell them about the cashback incentives of the card to, make the costs not so jarring in their minds.
Mhm.
I definitely do that. And I'm also very transparent with each product. That way they know what to expect. And we can either find exit strategies if they're not happy initially with the first product that they qualify for, or we can always do renewals with the same product if they are happy. So
I love the fact that you say that exit strategies, right? Because a lot of people think that that's the end result, right? I know you've done a few deals. We've done a few deals together, structured a few clients together where we get them the short-term financing, but then we do an exit strategy, which would be a term loan or an SBA loan because that takes 90 days. So we're able to provide gap financing for them
Mhm.
where now they don't have to wait for the money.
Yeah.
Right? It's a short-term gap. It's a Band-Aid, for lack of a better word. And until they get the SBA loan or the term loan, that's going to take 30, 60, 90 days sometimes.
Now, Jose, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Right? What program do we make the most amount of money on?
Short-term financing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
revenue-based financing.
That is
and
correct.
that's really what my specialty is, right? Listen, the exit strategy is great because the exit strategy, listen, that those particular deals, the SBAs, the term loans, they take more docs, and they take longer to close, and they definitely pay you the least amount of money. Okay, but what really brings home the bacon, what really puts the ching into your account every Friday, because thank God that LendMate pays every Friday. Okay. What those deals are the revenue-based financing deals or the MCAs, something that we need an application in the last 4 months of bank statements for. Now, those deals, we get you approved in a few hours. You submit a deal to us at 10 a.m. I have a couple of approvals by like 1 or 2 o'clock. If I get your driver's license and voter check to send you out the agreement, you sign it, you send it back, we can have funding. We can have the funding into your account by the end of the day. Worst case scenario, first thing in the morning, and that's where you make the best bang for your buck. That's where you make the most amount of money. Now, where our company differs is we have legit exit strategies.
Correct.
We can get you the term loan. We can get you the line of credit. We can get you the SBA. We can also get you the business credit card. But the revenue-based financing, you figure you close $100,000 deal, the company makes 10 points. We get our X percentage out of it. Now I'm walking home with $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a Friday for a deal that I submitted and we got paid on a Monday. So you got to understand, $4,000 for maybe what, Jose, do you think 25 minutes of actual phone talk time?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's where you bring home the bacon. Now, Where our company, like I said, what we differ is we have the exit strategy. So now you're into something short term. We have deals that go anywhere from a 20-day deal all the way out to, let's just say, like a 12-month deal, right? But the exit strategy, the term loan that we can get the clients done in like 30 to 60 days. Now they take that short-term money that we gave them. Now the exit strategy is the term loan. And now we're getting paid twice on the same client. They're happy because we were able to pay off the short-term deal with the long-term deal. Now that weekly or that daily payment is now turned into a monthly payment, stretched out over 3 to 5 years. They paid off the lender early. So now they paid almost like 20 to 30 cents on a dollar instead of 40 cents on a dollar. Everyone's happy. We got paid twice on the same deal. And that is the tug of war that we have on a daily basis, trying to really create a financial roadmap for each and every client. Now, something that I definitely wanted to get into, because I'm the hostess with the mostest. So something that I wanted to kind of try to get into this evening on this podcast, now that we're drinking a little bit, right? Tequila Thursdays, is I wanted to kind of share some like a funny story or a surprisingly like a deal that we never thought was going to close, but ended up closing, and we made a boatload of cash. Jose, do you have any story off the top of your head that surprised you? Like, wow, I can't believe that this actually got done or we closed, or something funny that you could share about a deal that we've closed in the past?
Yes. So my funny story is, it's a recent one where I had a client that said, I'm not taking one of those daily payment programs called the cash advance. Okay. Now, this client in particular, I know personally, and I say, hey, listen, you know what? Do me a favor. Let me just see what options you have. Let me understand what you need the money for. Send me over the paperwork. And let me structure it for you.
I think I know this person.
Okay. So now what ends up happening is that, understand this, programs evolve monthly, yearly, every single,
and quarterly
as well. Every single, during these frequencies, what they do is they go ahead and better the programs.
Yep. Most
people think that something short-term financing or revenue-based financing or a merchant cash advance
is the devil.
Yep. Right? They associate it with a daily payment program.
Yep.
Let me tell you that the programs now have gotten so much better,
supremely,
right? Where it was a line of credit, monthly payments, and the cost of the capital was only applied when you use the money.
Yep.
Right. So now I believe he was approved for maybe, I think it was $100,000.
Now this person said that he would never take something like that, right? He was like completely against it.
150 clients that probably said that to me. I'll never take it.
I'll
800
never.
credit score, been in business 15 years.
I'll never take it.
And a lot of their issues are utilization, which is stopping them from getting more traditional products.
Yeah.
So if they're able to pay off their personal credit card debt with their financing from revenue-based funding, that's an easy way that we can, help assist them.
Guys, Sarah's here to make sure we stay on track with you.
Exactly. Good stuff.
Because you know what it is. So she made a very, very valid point, and I would love for you to talk a little bit more on that, because now what you're doing is you're using the exit strategy, right? You're using a plan where what you're doing is you're going ahead and giving them something short term, I'm assuming, or just talk a little bit about that. So you're getting them what, a cash advance?
Getting them a MCA. After looking at their credit profile, seeing that they might just have maybe 5 to 10,000 they need to pay down, which is, holding them back from getting a credit card or a line of credit. And we're also able to move all that debt onto the business side. So you just had some personal debt, you're paying it off. Now your debt's all going to be on the business side once you start getting that traditional financing that most people are looking for. But I will say, surprisingly, with MCAs, I've had people tell me that they want them because they want to see the money in their account. So
listen,
that's
time
definitely
is money. If you want something fast, you have to pay for it.
Right.
That's
and while today most business owners can make a lot of payments using credit cards, people still have a stigma in their head, which helps in terms of selling MCAs, that the lump sum of money will be in your account tomorrow and you don't have to do any extra.
Sometimes no tax returns. It's minimal documents. Plus, with a cash advance or with an MCA or with what we like to really say revenue-based financing, it's minimal documents that it takes to get you approved and minimal documents it takes to get money in your account. Guys, you guys understand, if you go to a bank, right? First off, you have to make an appointment to try to sit down with a personal banker. Some banks don't even accept walk-ins, right? You got to go into the bank. you better come in with a business plan. You better come in with all corporate docs. You come in if you're missing one doc, they're sending you back out to your house, and you have to go make another appointment. Right now, it takes at least 30 days for them to even get back to you if you're even missing a document to get the correct documents in. So sometimes you guys can be waiting 30 to 90 days to even get an approval or a denial. Meanwhile, with us, we can get your money in 24 to 48 hours with just bank statements and an application, as long as your business is generating over $10,000 or more in revenue.
That's
Jose,
why
go ahead.
that's why it's important, and I think we say it all the time is, what are you using the money for?
Yes.
Yes, very
Okay,
important.
Go ahead. I think, but that's very important. What
Yes.
do you need the money for? Because if you need it for something short term,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
I always give the example of a pizza shop, right?
You give that example, I give that
I give
example, bro.
example.
Don't
You
steal my
copied it from me.
don't steal
You
my
copied
example,
it from
dude.
me.
All right, whatever.
So
Go ahead.
this is how I would say it.
How would you say it?
I would say, hey, so what ends up happening is
Hold on, guys. By the way, Jose steals everything I do. If I create a nice little form, if I create something, if I create a spreadsheet, Jose likes to trademark it and put his name at the bottom and steal my ideas. But you know what? Whatever, Jose.
if I make it better, then I can but because there's a change, I can go ahead and put my name on it. But but what I was gonna say was, let's take the example of a pizza oven, pizza shop.
Yep.
If the client owns a pizza shop,
Yep.
and their oven breaks down,
Yeah.
right? They need to produce pizzas. What ends up happening? That now they can either have savings and buy their own buy a new pizza oven,
Mhm.
or they can go into a bank. A bank is going to take how long? 30 days to possibly process the file.
Yeah.
They're going to ask you for bank statements, tax returns, or you go to what is called alternative financing, right? Which is what we are able to provide. Now, if they have bank statements or revenue coming in, perfect, no problem. What all I need from you would be a 3 months bank statement and a 1-page application. Actually, 4 months bank statement, depending on the state.
Yeah.
4 months bank statements and a 1-page application. If they have revenue coming in, we can give them access to money, as Daryl mentioned, within 24 hours.
Yep.
Money in their account, same day or in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Right. The next option, if they don't have revenue, is, do you have a 680 plus credit score, which is what Sarah had mentioned before.
Now, Jose, why do you think that a 680 plus, like why do you think that's the mark, the 680?
Well, to be honest with you, 680 was the mark, I believe, before. We still keep it at 680. It's now 700. And the reason why is because if you have a 680 score, if you have a 680 score, in order for you to get to 700, you either have to pay down some credit cards, right? Your utilization, bring it down, or maybe you had a late payment at one point. Maybe there was a late payment, in 2022, 2019.
Yep.
There was some sort of derogatory. I've seen derogatories. I think today, I don't know if it was with you, Bartolo, or with someone else, that we saw.
We were looking at the bankruptcy.
Don't look.
Okay. What was the credit score?
654.
654. 654.
He's right on the cusp.
Right, but there's different things. The bankruptcies, right? No, I think he had a 680. It was close to a 680. Or
The middle
I
score.
think
well,
it was
I
another-
remember.
with-
Not just the
What?
score. The score is not the only thing that attributes to getting them funding.
correct.
You know, we need to make sure that they have a complete, comprehensive credit profile, meaning they have at least 2 cards in their own name, and we underwrite
2
them.
cards of how
much? What's
how
the
much?
limit?
Well, I look at them if they're 1,000.
Yeah.
But they say 2,500 is obviously ideal. But if they're at least $1,000, we'll take a look at it and consider the history
Yep.
and see if it will compensate for the credit limit.
Now,
Wait, I have a
Hold on.
question.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk
So, because
about
I
it.
don't know much about the 0%, and obviously it seems like you know a lot. So
Mhm.
time in business, is there a specific time in business?
Sarah.
Well, the good thing is there is not with us. We can fund brand new businesses. It does possibly lower the approval amount to around up to $50,000. But we do fund brand new businesses, LLCs that we've created in-house at LendMate and funded.
That's
The day
great. So a
after.
lot of people don't realize, I mean, with business credit cards, they also report to your business
Absolutely.
credit,
Yeah.
right?
So
Not just your personal credit.
You're done in you're done in Bradstreet score.
Bradstreet.
Yep.
So that's
yeah.
already getting
Yeah,
Paid
so
X, yeah.
everything's moved to the business side. These accounts aren't on your personal credit report. Included in our fee, we remove inquiries before, during, and after. That way, the credit profiles remained untouched.
And what's the interest rate?
Well, it's 0% for the first
Damn.
year. Usually,
I,
but
I
then
want
after-
one of those. 0%, like I don't have any
Cheers to
interest.
that.
I'll cheers to
I'll
that.
cheers to that.
You gonna cheers to that, Sarah? You gonna cheers to that, Sarah? You gonna cheers to that, Sarah?
There we go.
Cheers.
Wow, 0% doesn't get any cheaper than that, huh?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right, what kind of people use that? So what is it that you guys target a lot? I know what we've targeted, but what in your experience, what type of businesses or industries actually use these types of cards? Because that's going to be the first thing is how do I swipe?
Yeah.
A lot of most businesses don't have a problem with it. I fund a lot of trucking companies, a lot of consulting companies, marketing companies, restaurants. There's really not too much of a restriction when it comes to the different types of businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And now I
that
think
they
you
fund.
started incorporating as well with real estate, right? With investors, because we live in New York, right?
Mhm.
But other parts of the US, property values, whether it's a fix and flip property or a purchase, dollar amounts are fairly lower,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? Whether it's
Yeah.
$100,000 or
1000%.
$50,000, 60,000, etc.
Yep.
I know that what we started rolling out is working with investors to obtain the fix and flip properties. Now that's great because it's good for investors that don't have an experience, right? Investors that don't have experience, investors that wouldn't qualify for a fix and flip loan because they need to have experience.
Yeah.
Now they also need to have and show reserves.
Mhm.
They need to show reserves.
Yep.
Right. To get something for $60,000, let's say they have to show X amount of money in the bank account.
Yep.
Now, if we get them a 0% credit card, and then there are services out there that do liquidate these cards,
Mm-hmm.
what now they're able to do is buy that entire buy the property itself
Mhm.
cash, right?
Yeah.
Or yes, cash
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a credit card with a $60,000 balance at the end. It means that you're going to use that money for the first, let's say, 3 to 4 months. Because on average, let's say 6 months is however long. If you are doing fix and flips and you're
Yeah.
doing that professionally, it should take you 6 months because you're renovating the property for 3 months. You're putting it up, or maybe, 3 months, 2 to 3 months.
Mhm.
And you're putting it up for sale, right? You're putting it up with a realtor. Give them 3 months. What ends up happening is that now, once you make that sale, you then pay off the card, right? Because you're making minimal payments on the card. Pay
Yeah.
off the card, and then the rest of the money you can put it into your next project,
Gotcha.
right?
Sarah, what I wanted to ask you is this: you said before that we fund all types of industries, right?
Mhm.
My question for you, with regards to funding all types of industries, like let's just say like marijuana, does the name of your business matter?
Uh, Depending on the bank, we can still fund a marijuana business if the name isn't so obvious.
Obviously,
Um,
marijuana, like
Yeah.
smokes up 24 USA.
Yes, but lately banks have been tightening up, and I've seen them even look at the NAICS. code of the
NAICS,
business.
NAICS,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's really dependent on the bank, I would say, in terms of those types of industries.
Gotcha. So would you say with that with that in mind, would you say that making your business name when you're first starting out, making it just as broad as possible, would you say that that's a better strategy if you want to secure financing in the future?
Yeah, so if we were starting out a new business or a client came to us to create a business, we would most likely advise them to just throw enterprise,
Like
or-
H&M Enterprise or
or
something like that.
Yes, make
group
it
at
very
the end.
broad because you can
Yeah.
always add a DBA if you really
Exactly.
if you find a niche to something
And,
in the
and
end.
think of the big names. Apple. Why would you ever associate Apple with a computer company? Google.
Yeah.
What is a Google with a search engine?
What does Google even mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're right. The names.
Yeah.
Names. What else? What else is? I know that when we go over, we look at certain key points. What is it that makes a business profile?
So the minimum requirements, like I mentioned, were obviously having 2 personal cards in your own name, but there are other key factors that help, increase your dollar amounts. If you have paid off cars, if you have paid off mortgages, that obviously looks good to the bank.
What
but-
about co-borrowers?
So we do use cosigner financing. If you
Mm,
don't,
Even if someone's under the 680 mark?
if somebody's under the 680 mark, if they have a business and if they have a family member, a business partner, or somebody they trust or want to work with, or
Lover.
yeah,
Mhm.
lover, then they can go ahead and attach that person with the good credit to their business, and we can go ahead and use them as the
Oh, wow.
PG and get the business funded. So a lot of people take advantage of that, put themselves as an authorized user on the card. Now there's 2 business cards out there, and that's between the 2 business owners at
Yeah.
that time.
Now, Sarah, another question. How much do we usually charge for our service? If we want to get someone a business credit card at 0% interest, what do we usually charge them?
We charge them 15%.
Oh man, yo, clap that up, huh?
But
Clap that up.
everything's on the back end. So if
Cheers.
you come to us,
Yeah,
we
I'll
don't
cheer.
have-
All right,
I'll
good.
definitely
Yeah,
cheers to
yeah,
that.
thank you, thank you.
They just
Yeah,
jumped in.
everything's
points.
on the back end though.
Yeah.
So if you come to us, not having money. You're not putting out any money. It's really no harm, no foul.
So it's
to come to us.
performance based. If we perform,
Yeah.
a
Yes.
dollar
Then we
amount,
get paid.
we get paid.
Exactly.
And
And
as
yeah,
you
go ahead.
mentioned before, is just to reiterate again, why 15%? Meaning, what exactly is included in the 15%?
Like, why the hell do we even deserve 15%?
Right.
They could do this themselves. They could just
Correct.
go right to the major banks' websites and apply themselves. Why the hell would anybody want to pay us 15%? Where's the value?
Well, we charge 15% on the back end. We leverage our relationships with bankers inside national banks that you've all heard of. And we go ahead and are able to, structure a submission for you. We do some credit report repair in terms of the inquiry removal for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to get higher dollar amounts. Our first card is usually 50,000.
Yeah.
We've had a few clients go into the bank with that same lender prior to meeting us and obtain 5 to 10,000. So yeah, of course, we wish we would have had them come to us first.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's cashback incentives on those cards. You're establishing business credit, loans and lines of credit that you want with those banks.
Sarah, you
Again,
said you were
it's-
able to get inquiries removed.
Yes.
That is very difficult.
That
to
is
do.
tremendous.
That is not easy to
Wait,
do.
but I'm sure it's gonna take what, a month, 2 months, 3 months to get the acres removed.
So, there's 3 bureaus. One of the bureaus, we get them off in 24 hours.
Which one is that?
Which one is that?
Experience.
Give
And
me that
then
mute button.
we
Maybe
all-
me and Sarah should
Yeah,
just
I
be talking.
know,
I'll
what?
go drink somewhere else.
Sarah just looked at us like we were crazy. For
I-
saying that, bro. Sorry, we don't ask you a question, Sarah. Fuck.
And then the other 2 bureaus are a little more difficult, but I see all my clients get their inquiries removed within 2 to 3 weeks max. But they're happy because their inquiries are removed. Their credit profiles remained untouched.
Wow, I wish I knew you a couple years back when
Right?
I had seen people with 15, 20 inquiries, and then all of a sudden, obviously, they get declined everywhere because the underwriters are like, oh, this
This
guy's
guy's shopping.
Like,
Where's the money?
why
at?
would I trust him? with
Where's the
anything?
approval?
Yeah, exactly. Look at all those inquiries. The guy's
Yeah.
gonna stack me.
And listen, I have to say the fact that we are a company that offers 0% interest credit cards as well as credit repair, it makes us a Swiss Army knife. There's a lot of companies out there. You know who you are. You guys don't remove inquiries. You guys will turn people down if they have inquiries.
But we also underwrite the file. If just the delinquency, late payments are holding you back, we'll offer you credit repair. We have an in-house credit repair team too. So that definitely, if you don't.
So
qualify
basically,
right
at
away-
the end of the day, it's the client's fault if he doesn't want to get funding, because there's no way he cannot get funding with us unless he works with us. Even if he's complete to the bottom and we actually work on his credit,
Yeah.
he'll eventually be able to get funding.
we offer credit repair services. We even offer pay down assistance
Mm.
for clients that qualify for that and their debt is in a certain range. So if utilization is the only thing holding you back, we can also see if we can help you out in that sense. So if you don't qualify right away for that, for 0% cards, we have plans of action to get you there.
And I'll piggyback off what she just said. So with the pay down assistance, right? So we have a way in which we can get a client up to $10,000 in funding to pay off those personal cards and also perform a rapid rescore. Usually, we know it takes 30 days for your credit to update. However, with this pay down assistance program, we can get a client up to $10,000 to pay down that credit card debt, and then the credit will reflect within 24 to 48 hours. Will reflect that payment. Now, why is that important? Well, the longer you have if a client's on a cusp, if they're right on that cusp of 20% utilization, let's just say a guy comes in, he's at 19%. We have to fund that guy very fast before he starts running up his cards again, right?
Which happens very fast because he's a business owner.
Exactly. And Bartolo, what time of year is it? The fucking holidays.
Exactly.
Everyone's swiping right now? Everyone's swiping their cards right now. So speed is everything. And Jose's one of the people that has said this to me when I first started this industry. Time kills all deals. Okay, so if your time from submission becomes longer and longer and longer,
What is the bell? Hold on. What is the bell now? I think there's a lot. We haven't leaving.
Sean, you want to come over here and tell us what the bell is for? Come on, Sean, step up, bro. We've been wanting to hear from you all night anyway.
Go ahead, Sean.
Get as close to Jose as possible.
That would be the Diddy bell.
That's Sean.
I didn't know that, actually.
So that's if you say anything, listen, we're from New York. We see anything suspect or a little questionable.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. Everyone knows what no Diddy is right now. We got to ring the bell.
Mhm.
No, but listen, that rapid rescore is imperative, and the reason why is because I mean, if you are at let's say 25% utilization, you have to pay down $5,000, only $5,000, but you don't have the $5,000 in your bank account. Where the hell is that money going to come from? What if your business? What if your business is not generating any revenue, and we can't get you a revenue based deal to go ahead and pay off that personal debt? Well, we're gonna use the pay down assistance program. They're gonna give us that $5,000. You're gonna get the $5,000 to pay down your cards, and then it's gonna the rapid rescore happens at 48 hours. So now your 25% utilization is now down to 16% utilization, 24 to 48 hours. No other company out there that does these cards has that ability to do that. So that's a great point, Sarah. Great point that you brought that up. Now, let's just say it's a little more. Now the pay down assistance caps out at 10 grand because I mean, what's going to happen if we get you that money and then now you don't get approved, right? So we would prefer to use your business revenue to go ahead and now get paid on both ends, right? So now we're able to go ahead and get you a MCA or something revenue based, right, Bartolo?
Yep.
We get your 30 grand. You take, let's just say you have 15 grand in personal credit card debt, right? That we need to pay down to get you to that 20%. So now you take 15 grand from that 30 grand that we give you, you pay down your cards, and now you're able to use that other $15,000 for working capital. And again, we're getting paid on both sides of the deal. And that's what we're all in it for. That's why we're here. We're
And
here
most
to
of
make
it,
money.
we're helping the business owner too. So a
Exactly.
lot of people ask me, like, why do you stay in merchant cash advance?
Why do you love it?
Because so I'm gonna tell you why.
Because you love it.
I do love
You
it.
love it,
I'm
Tolo.
not fucking leaving.
Yeah, I'm not fucking leaving. Yes.
So I'm first generation American. My family came over here back in the 60s and 70s, obviously from Italy. Raising the American flag, trying to chase the dream.
Yeah, clap it up.
There you go.
Clap it up. He's first generation American.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Well, oh wait, Jose, what about you, bro?
Mexican. There we go.
I don't get the clap. No. Well, you can have the clap depending on what you're doing. But listen.
Oh, see, that's it. It's over now. It's over. So basically, all right. Let's get back to the story.
Get back to the story,
talk.
Tolo, please.
So, I mean, back in the day when my parents and my grandparents had to, run their business and do everything, they had to self-fund it. They couldn't go to the bank because
What's your nationality, Bartolo?
Italian. Well, I'm American Italian. My
Yeah.
parents are Italian.
Are they right off the boat?
Off the boat?
Right off the boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad came here when he was 7. My mom was 3.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were always self-financed, and funding never came easy for them.
Yeah.
They didn't speak very much good English. Now my parents do. My grandparents still don't. So with the MCAs, I'm helping people that nobody else wants to help.
Right here, baby.
The banks don't want to help them. Obviously the credit lines, HELOC, nobody wants to help them at all.
Yeah.
We're able to help them, and not only we're able to help them get them funding, we can actually, like you guys mentioned before, give them that exit strategy in the end to actually get them into more traditional financing down the future, to help them get the mortgage that they want for their dream home, to help them get a second.
Come on, Carl. Come on, Carl.
Come on, Carl.
No, go ahead, Tolo. This is a very interesting story. Go ahead.
No, so I mean, that's why I like the MCA business, because I've had people come, solicit me for different types of jobs as far as finance and whatever it is. But I personally like helping people, especially when no one else likes to. It just gives me that certain high and that certain satisfaction. Like, not only did I make money on this, but I actually helped someone. And a lot of people don't realize. Listen, small and medium-sized businesses in this country, it is the backbone of this country for a reason.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
We gotta clap that up. A lot of people don't realize small and medium-sized businesses contribute to over 40% of the United States GDP, which isn't crazy. That's almost majority of the economy.
Yeah.
Half the economy. So I think, when you go out and you actually support local business, it's very important. So I think that's something that we all need to really see. And that's what we're going to see coming into the future, especially, with the next administration coming in.
Yes. Now, I want to also piggyback on that. That's like the fucking root word of tonight, right? Piggyback, right? We're just going to piggyback with each other. But what some people don't even understand is that we can fund people with an ITIN number. Okay.
Ooh,
so
that's right.
So technically, you don't even have to be an American citizen, and we're able to go ahead and get you funding, revenue-based financing through your business if you have an ITIN number. And I think that's one of the biggest upsides to a revenue-based financing program, right? We're able to get terms anywhere from 4 months all the way out to sometimes 18 months and get you financing through your business with an ITIN number. Because just like Bartolo said, small and medium-sized businesses is what really does power the economy. And Bartolo's family, they were immigrants. They came here, they made names for themselves, you know what I mean? And now he's first generation, and he's able to go ahead and help other families that are in the same situation that his family was in, but they didn't have the resources. We now have the resources
Exactly.
in 2024 to be able to get anyone from any walk of life financing. And I think that's amazing. But now on the mic, we see that we got Jose out of here, right?
God.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
You know, Jose
back.
promised me pizza first off.
The pizza's coming on.
No, that's how you got me here. He got me. He
on the
said,
way.
"Yo, we gotta get pizza for you.
on the
Come
way.
through." I said, "All right, bet."
But guys, I just also broker the community out there. Just want to let you know, look at the guys that are still here. They're still working on your files.
Yeah.
This is what they do. I mean, we have Joe working on mortgage deals. We have Carl over here working on a few mortgage deals.
Pan the camera. Where Carl at?
Yeah, where
Carl at? Hey guys, where Carl?
Ah.
Hi, I'm Carl. Hi, I'm Carl.
We got Sean still working on deals.
Yeah.
Alessandro, I know that you had I believe that's your rep. We have a funny story later on to actually talk to you about.
Alessandro's picture looks like he's a fucking model. Alessandro, what's up, bro?
I thought that was like Enrique English.
Yeah, that's a sick headshot, Alessandro.
I
That's
know,
awesome,
really
man.
nice.
Jesus.
I want to see him now. Hold on.
I want hair like that.
Hold on.
I want hair like that.
Oh, he was at the beach.
Mijo,
¿dónde?
No,
He took it off.
Alessandro.
Alessandro!
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
Cheers,
You look
guys.
better than your picture. Don't worry.
Yes. So,
Salud,
yeah,
salud.
cheers. Salud. So listen, really quick. While I listen, I know our mortgage guys were just working really hard because they're doing their pipeline review, because one of the things that we need to do is make sure that deals are always flowing down the pipeline. We always want to focus on the deals that are closest to funding, because obviously that's where we make the most money, right? Joe, congratulations to Joe. Joe just took over the mortgage department. He just got the managerial position, and now he's helping all of our reps push deals down the pipeline to make sure that deals are the closest to funding, or the deals that are missing documentation, or even if he needs to get on the phone himself and help second voice a deal, now Joe's in that position to make sure that the deals are funding.
Joe, can you tell us a little bit about your experience and I guess about yourself, your background? I know you're licensed. You have a licensed mortgage loan officer. I guess I don't want to speak for you, so go ahead.
Yeah.
How y'all doing tonight?
Hi, I'm Joe.
My name's Joe Garin. I've been doing mortgages since 2020. I don't know if anyone here tuned in last week, but yeah, right now my day-to-day operations, I'm making sure everything moves smoothly on everyone's deals. Any hiccups with any clients, I'm there. I'm here all day long, and honestly, I love it. I love helping people. I love helping, my
I have a
family here.
question.
Yeah.
What do you think is different from our mortgage department? What do you think is different from our mortgage department from others you've heard of, been with in the past, etc.?
I think our mortgage department, we're very hands-on. So, even when I'm not here, I could get on my laptop. I could see, some of Carl's deals. Like, hey, if I have free time, I'll say, hey, what could I do to help this deal get to the next step? Like, do we need something that Carl might be missing, or one of our processors are missing here? I look over everyone's deals throughout the day. So,
Joe, let me ask you this, because you work for several mortgage companies in your heyday. How are our leads? Opposed to other companies, which I know there's other companies that don't even offer you leads. You have to go out there and fend for yourself, even knock doors if you have to. How does our company in lead generation differ from other companies?
So I feel like everyone gets a good amount of leads. So there's a lot of opportunity for everyone. And all of our clients are very receptive because we offer products that no one else is offering.
Yeah.
So, we could do your FHA loans, your conventional, your VA loans, but we're also doing fix and flip construction.
Yeah.
We're doing, Carl had a deal, a 72 unit that, we're working over with.
Yeah.
We do hotels.
Nice, Carl. Nice.
Pretty much anything imaginable.
Yeah.
We could get done. So we have a lot of versatility.
Now, Joe, I know in mortgages, credit score. Well, in everybody in the general public thinks that credit score really runs everything. But let me ask you, are there some programs where people could qualify, for some type of financing using their property if their credit score really isn't that good?
Yeah, so one of our most popular products, let's say you're under a 600 score, 550, for example, we could go 50% LTV on a DSCR.
50% LTV?
50%
First off,
LTV.
Wait, under 600?
Under 600, you could have a 500 score. Let's say you own your property outright. Your property is worth 500K. We
Yep.
get you a 250K refi, cash out refi.
Look at that. Look at that. Fun
And
rock that
even when their score doesn't qualify them, I know, Stanley's big on utilizing our credit.
Stanley. Who's
credit.
Stanley? Who's Stanley?
He's running away, but Stanley's big on utilizing our credit repair team also.
Yeah.
In terms of maybe just giving it a boost with a trade line.
Yeah.
He definitely, I've seen him put trade lines on and fund the client the next month. So
Yeah.
that's another way too.
Whatever it
that we
takes.
can, help them get their score.
Another
increased.
thing we do, we remove inquiries. So let's say
We just talked about that for a long
Yeah.
Everyone knows we
I missed
remove
that.
inquiries.
Yeah. Guys, whatever inquiries you have, guys, they're out.
You don't gotta wait 2 years.
There you go, guys. Those inquiries are getting removed.
Darryl, I'm glad you mentioned that as far as to the,
Well, thank you, Jose.
the leads, right? Well,
Yeah.
we're getting back to it as far as the leads and everything else is because one of the things too, and that within the community, what we want to make sure that everyone
Oh,
understands.
what kind of community? Oh, okay.
Smokers
Okay.
connection
Perfect.
community,
Perfect.
smokers
Perfect.
community. We want to make sure that number one, we don't just provide you with the knowledge, but we also want to be able to provide you with the support for you to be able to get clients. Right. Next week, we're going to go ahead and have our marketers, our
Yeah.
lead guys, explain what works, what doesn't work. I mean, a lot of people go ahead and think that they'll think of Google of SEO optimization. It's successful, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Facebook, successful, very expensive. You
Yeah.
have to be able to use a lot of tools. We use social media, Facebook, SEO optimization, but we've been very blessed.
Yeah.
Because we've worked with a great marketing team.
Yep.
They'll be here next week, but you know what? The leads, they're receptive.
Yeah.
You know what? A lead, as long as you're able to go ahead and get the client on the phone, and then
Yep.
when you speak to them, they understand what they applied for. That's a lead. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't hold a lead or a marketing company responsible if it converts.
Yeah.
Right. As long as the yes, I applied. Yes, I'm looking for this. Yes, this is my situation. Yes, what I put on the application is correct. It's up to the sales department, right? The sales team,
Yep.
whatever department it is, to be able to convert that.
Yep.
And that's one of the biggest things. So next week we actually will have the marketing team here, which will be great because they'll go over different types of ways that they go ahead and market. And I believe they also pose the roadmap within the community on how to do the little things, right? Stanley, one of the biggest things he says, which actually for me resonated a lot, was why am I going to waste my time with someone if they're not willing to do the little things, the free things, right? If you want to learn mortgages, I'm not going to waste my time with you to sit with me and ask me questions if you don't do the little things. You don't go on YouTube. You don't go watch videos. You don't watch.
Educate yourself.
Educate
Yeah.
yourself.
You don't put in
This
that
right
extra
here,
effort.
people don't realize infinite amount of knowledge.
Correct.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right.
But
Just-
the real estate leads are great. And even if they don't qualify for real estate, we usually can find another product for them.
Yeah.
And if they don't qualify for anything at all, at least when we're calling, it's keeping us motivated that we're having conversations with people that are applying.
Yeah.
So that's, it keeps me motivated, even if I have a conversation and they don't qualify, to
Yeah.
keep calling because the next one might. So
Yeah.
if, it's definitely, those leads are great. And I like
Now
calling them.
let's hear it from one of our new guys. His name is Carl.
Yep.
Carl started with us. How long have you been with us, Carl?
I would say at least 3 to 4 weeks.
Get closer to the mic.
I would say
You might have to sit on Jose's lap if you want to get a little close. But hey, I mean, listen, whatever you.
No kidding. I love it.
Guys, this is Carl. Sit on my lap. This is Carl. He's one of our newest
Round of
agents.
applause for Carl.
Well, yeah, one of our newest agents is Carl. He's been pounding the phone. He has a lot. He has quite a few deals in just being here for 3 weeks. So, Carl, tell us a little bit about. I know you work for a lot of companies so far. Tell us a little bit about your experience, your background, and how this company you feel differs from the others that you've been, and why you decided to make us your home.
All right. So first of all, I started at least about 18 years ago.
God damn.
Yes.
Wait a
I
minute.
didn't know
How
that.
old are you?
Yeah, I didn't know that, Carl. God.
Damn.
18 years.
Confidential, real quick.
Ah, my man Carl 63.
Yeah, right? You know, black don't crack, but yeah, Carl.
Yeah, so I basically started right around subprime mortgages. So that's when the glory was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been through when the
Shit,
market
he might be
crashed,
63.
when the market crashed. So I've just been here doubling back and forth, back and forth. I've been with a lot of companies, and I said this company is great. The energy, the quality of leads we have, everything is great. So I'm really loving this energy with you guys.
Yeah, bro.
Carl, I'll give you the $20 later on, okay?
Yeah, we pay Carl to say that. No, but Carl, like in all seriousness, like just what you said before, like the energy is high every day, and I know, you know, where we had you sitting before, you were right in the middle of the business financing team, and we're crazy
Coming
we're on
from
the phone.
mortgages into the
Yeah,
MCA space,
yes.
that's the wolf pit, bro.
So was that a little different? Because I don't know how other mortgage offices is, but as far as the energy, like you just said, being just surrounded by us killers, or on the MCA side or the business financing side, was it a little bit tough to adjust just to like the volume, or like the, you know, like we're playing music and stuff? Was it a little bit tough for you to just adjust to the office environment, or like how was it for you?
Honestly, I loved it. I wish you guys could scream louder.
Oh, hold on, bro, hold on. What do you mean by that? No, go ahead.
Honestly, I loved it because it just, when you scream louder again, so it just gives more feedback, more energy. It gets me to speak more to the client. They feel the energy in the room.
Yeah.
They know that we're serious and we're all about business and just helping them out. That's
One
all
thing-
they care about, just helping them out.
One thing I can't stand, especially when we used to work, and I truly, even before back in the
Why
day.
is it so loud in there?
Not even that. I hate when people sit down and talk. I
Yeah.
can't stand. Motion creates emotion. You
Yeah.
want people to listen to you?
Yeah,
Fucking get up and start talking.
yeah,
And start moving your hands. You understand?
yeah,
It's so true. And clients feel that over the phone.
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They
Jose
re-
always used to tell me to smile. Smile.
Yeah,
we're having a
yeah,
conversation.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, where'd you get that from, baby? Who got the pretty smile? Yeah.
Listen, that's actually everything transfers over on the phone.
That's
right? That's
true.
why I would
it
say to
does.
you,
Yep.
honestly, whenever I'm speaking to a client and Daryl will point me out, he's right behind me.
Oh,
Where
yeah, I am.
literally it's-
Yeah, I am, bro.
Literally, it's when I'm speaking to a client, I give that little chuckle, right? Hey, Mr. Jones, how you doing? Hey, it's great, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, what it does is, especially nowadays, I don't know if the members in the community are getting their leads face to face, or they calling up dialing lists, etc.
Right.
Now, sales is no longer that car salesman mentality. It's not. Now you have to break down that barrier. You got to bring down the guard,
Yes,
right?
you do. Yep.
100%. And it's just understanding, like I spoke to one of our other reps today, was understand that you're going now on a consulting type of
Yes.
approach,
Yep.
right? Identify the problem. Let's identify the problem. Mr. Guns, bring the guns down. Put the guns down. I'm not here to go ahead and you know what, turn this into an aggressive conversation.
Yeah.
Let's identify the problem. I'm sure you get a lot of phone calls. I am also sure that you've been bogged down with calls, and people are offering you daily or weekly payment options where the cost of money is very expensive.
It's absorbent.
We can say that because we are a financial marketplace that we offer several different types of products.
Yep.
So you know what, when we speak to someone, it's taking an initial intake form. What's your credit score? Do you bring any business into? Do you bring any money into the business? Do you have documentation? Do you have tax returns? Do you have bank statements?
Are they showing? Are your taxes showing a profit?
Right? Are your taxes showing a profit? Very important.
Yep,
Everyone
that's
wants
very
an
important.
Very
SBA
important.
or a line
If
of
it's
credit.
if it's
If
not
they
showing
don't show-
profit,
they don't show profits, then
buy
you're
SBA.
done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then on top of that is, do you own any real estate? If you don't own any real estate, do you have a co-signer? You know, so these are the different I like to call qualification points that we go ahead and look at when we go ahead and speak to a client to be
Yep.
able to identify what the need is. And it goes back to, what do you need the money for?
Yeah, and one of the biggest questions that I like to ask salespeople, because the majority of them don't really know, what is the true value of a lead? Just a name and a phone number. What's the value of that? And people try to give me answers because people buy leads all the time, but the real answer is you don't know what the value is because that name and phone number, because there's so many different products, we could go ahead and refinance your mortgage. We can go ahead and get you revenue-based financing in 24 to 48 hours. Then we could go ahead and get you a term loan to get that other location. We can get you an SBA 7A acquisition and allow you to buy the other pizza shop down the fucking street that's your competition. Now you're gonna go ahead and buy and take over that guy's business. There's a bunch of different ways that we can go ahead and maximize every different lead, but not many companies can go ahead and turn those ideas or those ideas or those leads into dollars, which is something that we're able to do because we're well versed in many different products.
And one thing that we're going to start doing too, and just look out for this, is we want to start. The idea of the community is to learn from each other. But on top of that, what we're also going to start doing is providing coaching sessions to be able to session, more mentorship. I don't even want to say coaching because
great.
It's not as if you can't do it yourself, but I don't know what everyone's experience within the community is.
Yes,
but we have the ability. I mean, I've been doing business lending for
how long have you been doing it yourself, Jose?
For 15 years. Solo.
So what is
Lefty
it?
or right?
Solo.
For over 15 years. I've been doing it for over 15 business lending for over 15 years. Daryl himself has been doing it for how long now?
I've been doing it for 8 years now.
8 years now. So Sean's been doing that. Sean actually works in our business lending side, but Sean actually is one of among our top producers in mortgages.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's very rare to find someone that does two things and be very successful.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
Another clap for Sean.
Yeah.
And Sean, how long have you been doing that for? How long have you been in the industry?
Guys, by the way, this is Sean.
This is Sean.
That's Sean right there. Sean. There you go, Sean.
I started off in retail banking back in like
A
2005.
little
So
closer.
I started off as a teller, worked my way up as a person.
What did you paid your dues?
Yeah, I was assistant manager. I got some my license for life and health insurance.
Nice.
And then eventually I got solely into business lending at 2019, and then I also got into real estate for about a little over a year.
Good.
Doing like fix and flips, DSCR loans, new construction.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've been around the game for a while.
Good.
So, yeah.
And see, what also makes us unique is the simple fact that we also don't just have salespeople in here, right? We have entrepreneurs. As we
Yeah.
stated before, Sarah has her own trucking company. And how she's been having, I don't know, how long have you had your trucking company for?
I had my trucking company since like 2019. In the last year, I kind of transitioned. I do more trucking compliance for owner operators and trucking companies. But yeah, and I've been working with Stan and Jose for probably over 2 years now.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, no, I've learned a lot, and yeah, we all have a lot of different backgrounds, but I think we all like motivate each other. Everybody in the office meshes pretty well
Yeah.
together. We all
And we also keep each other in compliance, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
don't let our.
Iron sharpens iron.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Bartolo, yourself, I know that we probably said it earlier today, but you've been doing it for how long, and what exactly is it that that you focus on directly? Business lending, right?
Yeah, business lending is what I focus on. I started in 2014 with the business lending.
And I believe you yourself are an entrepreneur as well. You had your
I've
own
owned
shop.
pizzerias. I mean,
Yeah.
don't make fun, but
Yeah, but how good is the sauce, bro? How good was the sauce?
sauce is key. Sauce is key. Because the cheese, everybody gets the same cheese. Everybody
Guys,
forget about it.
forget about it.
All the way from Crispy's in Brooklyn, all the way down to my dad's in Soho, who was his place in Spring and Thompson.
Nice.
Mention Bartolo's name, you get a discount.
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
smack in the face. No,
Guys, below. Type in code Bartolo down below.
My dad is at the pizzeria. Do not mention my name. So if you look on Barstool, right? Dave Portnoy went there, rated an 8.2.
Wait, what's the name of the pizza shop?
Ben's Famous Pizza.
Guys, go to Ben's Famous Pizza.
Ben's Famous Pizza.
Mention Bartolo.
Yes, Tolo. Tell him.
Mention Tolo.
So watch that video. It's hysterical, actually,
Okay.
because there was a guy.
Yeah. That's what you said, Barstool, yeah.
No, he didn't go to the contest. I don't think he was. No, he wasn't there. But so anyway, Dave Portnoy was online, and the guy in front of him was talking to my dad because my dad was behind the counter. He goes, what's hot? I want something that's hot. My dad looks up at him and goes, "It's lunchtime. No more stupid questions."
Yeah.
And just looks
Yeah.
back down. It goes,
Yeah.
everything is hot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
my dad is the type of guy. If you go there and you're on your phone, he won't serve you. He'll kick you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So just.
But
don't
yeah,
fuck
wait.
around.
So Bartolo, now that we're on you, Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this question. So, what made you? Because your dad seems like he's an old school, off the board Italian guy, right? What made you not want to inherit the family business, not want to work in the pizzeria? What made you want to jump into the fucking mortgages and get no salary and just jump in and
Commission only. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, an
What made you wanna do that?
entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, and when you own businesses, you're always on commission. There is no one's paying you. You're paying
Nope.
yourself because
Nope.
you got to work. You got to work your butt off. You got to
Yep.
do what you got to do. But what made me really change is watching how I grew up. I loved because obviously my parents owned businesses, so sometimes I was in the businesses, but most of the times I was with my grandparents
Yeah.
because of the fact my parents were always working.
Yeah.
I didn't want that for my family. I didn't want to work 80 hours a week and do that in the pizzeria because that's what these business owners do. So, and some of them love it, and God bless if that's the case. But me, I wanted to not only get out of that where I can be home for my daughter, pick her up from school, have that flexibility, and be with my family, mostly my kids, my wife, whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's not watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mostly also it's just definitely having that flexibility and helping people. I think that's one of my biggest passions is especially when I get someone on the phone or I meet somebody and it just reminds me of my family or how I grew up or where it came from. It just motivates me more to find the solution for them in order to, to reach their goals. Cause that's really that's what it is.
So guys, that's who we are, right? And enough about us. Let's talk about you guys. I know that you guys have all joined. Josh, always joining.
Shout out to Josh. My boy Josh up there.
Erickson. I mean, we would definitely love to go ahead and hear about you guys. What are your experiences? What you guys have experienced as far as to deals that you could not have closed, what you could have done better, or maybe you guys have a deal right now. And
wait, hold on. I have a specific question for Josh. Okay, Josh, make sure you unmute yourself before you start talking because I wanna capture everything that you say. Josh, you've been in finance of all types for like the past 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Let me ask you a question, my brother. How do you? Is he still here, Josh? How do you? If someone says that they're going to send you some documents to go ahead and get a deal done, and they don't send them to you right away, but they express an immediate need to you, how do you strategically try to get the documents back without seeming so pushy to the client? I think Josh left the call. Sorry, Josh. I didn't know that was such I didn't know that was such a penetrating question, Josh. I didn't want you to run away.
No penetration here, please. No penetration.
Okay.
Alessandro, so let's get back to you if for a minute. So Alessandro,
that was actually a great question, Daryl.
That was a great question. Wait, hold on. Can I ask one of you guys that? Sean, you're really good at getting the clients to send you in docs. You just got 12 months of bank statements from a guy that was running away from us for 2 days. How do you strategically get the clients that don't really want to send docs is too much to go ahead and send docs in?
Well, basically just explaining them why I need it and what the benefit.
Hold on. Just make sure you put your mouth on it real quick.
Whoa. Give me this bell.
Not that kind of podcast.
All right.
Basically, explaining why I need it, what needs to be looked at. So, for instance, this borrower, they own a farm, right? So
put your hand down. There you go. He's covering this up for the.
You can't see me.
Doing the Tony Ayo, John Cena. No, because it's just coming out communication and being genuine with them, explaining why we need it. Obviously, so we needed extra bank statements so that underwriting can evaluate the seasonality of the business. And it's only going to help them.
What type of business was it?
This particular business, the borrower has a farm, and they also do like meat. I guess they raise cattle. They raise cattle, and
they kill the cattle.
And I guess what.
And
we all got to eat our steaks and burgers, Daryl.
That is true.
It's what it is.
That's
man.
true.
It's essential. So yeah, just being transparent with them. Say, hey, look, this is why we need it. It gives us a broader scope of your business. We can understand the trends of the business, and this will help us so that we can determine, if you can afford X amount of dollars. So it just comes down to, and it's going to benefit them at the end of the day, because if it, we can determine, we can probably get them a little bit higher dollar amount and make underwriting more comfortable.
Showing the
funding
value,
deal.
showing the value. and the
Correct.
benefit.
Show 'em the value.
Correct. And
Sorry,
guys,
my
just when
phone
he says
died.
seasonality,
Wait, hold
right?
on,
Josh
Josh, I
is
think he's
back.
trying to talk, but
Josh
Guys,
ran away.
Josh,
can't
I
hear
had
him.
to stop the whole podcast because you ran away from
We
from
can't
what I
hear
was
you.
Josh had to
fix it
make
in
his
post.
bets.
Josh, we
Fix it in
can't.
Josh, for some reason you're unmuted in Zoom, but we still can't hear you, Josh. Can you do something?
You can't hear me?
No.
Yeah. Oh, Josh.
Oh, my
God.
How can you
Oh,
hear me?
Josh, you have to
Josh.
unmute.
We can't hear
gotta-
you, but you are unmuted. Now you're
Yeah.
muted.
Yeah,
Unmute.
good.
I'm unmuted.
You're unmuted and we still can't hear you,
No.
bro.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
Work
So-
on that. Work
yeah,
on
so,
that.
So listen, when Sean said seasonality, so what that means is, I mean, listen, guys, if I own a pizza shop, you're gonna come to the pizza shop December through January. You're gonna come for the full year,
Can anyone hear me?
right? So now,
I can.
so now what he's talking about is agriculture. So there's livestock. So if you're somebody in Arkansas, right, and it's gonna be a crazy winter, and you're pretty much not really gonna have like the animals outside and stuff like that. It's a seasonal business. You're gonna do better during the summer. So the lender was requesting 12 months of bank statements. So it's 12 months of bank statements so that we can go ahead and see how your business trends, whether it's through your slow season or through your busy
So-
season. They want to see the
Yeah, but they
seasonality,
can't.
and that's going to determine the length of time that they're going to go ahead and lend you the money. So this particular underwriter, in order to get them to feel comfortable, we had to get full 12 months of statements. Now, usually, like Jose said earlier, we ask you guys to send us 3 to 4 months of bank statements. Now you're sending us 12 months. So it's a little more annoying on the client, but
Oh, let's be real. That
Anybody
shit
hear
is not
me?
hard to do. You go on a
Anyone?
computer, you press download. Like, come on. Like, I tell these borrowers
Anybody
straight. I said, you can do it while you're talking to me. Are you serious?
I know, Bartolo, but listen, you're going to ask Farmer Fred, who's in the middle of
That is fine, Farmer Fred. I'm sure you don't do this yourself. I'm sure you have someone that does it for you, right?
yeah, my wife Mark.
Okay,
Whoa, there you go.
give me
Whoa.
give me your wife's number.
I've
Anyone?
never stared at it like this.
Whoa, you got
This
excited.
is insane, bro. Fuck.
Give me your wife's number so
Yeah.
I don't have to bother you and you can go back to work, and I will bother your wife so she can send me those documents.
Bartolo, I have to ask you a question. If somebody said I'm going to bother your wife, would you give them her number?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? They will call me back and be like, you
guys. So what ends up happening is you got to be able to go ahead and just present it as
Anyone hear me?
It's a benefit.
There's a
Yes.
benefit. This is
I
for
can
your
hear you.
benefit. At the end of the day, I'm doing this for your benefit.
Yep.
All right. So let me get someone else's phone number, maybe your wife, your secretary, etc. You're
Yeah.
busy running a business.
Yes.
You understand? But now let's getting back to introducing everyone. So I wanted to start off with Alessandro. Alessandro, because we actually have a funny story with Alessandro. Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you.
Can
Can you hear me?
No, I don't think they can hear us.
Is that your wife?
she's calling me because she's putting the baby to bed.
No one,
Give me 2
no
seconds.
one
I gotta
can
say
hear
goodnight to
us.
my daughter.
No problem.
Alessandro, but Alessandro, Alessandro
Edit it in post. Take it out, Albert.
Alessandro joined Brokers Connection this week, right?
Yesterday.
Alessandro? Yeah, 2 days ago, I think it was.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Okay,
congrats,
so-
Alessandro. Welcome.
So this goes back to putting up the guns, right? So Alessandro gets a phone call from Sean. Sean, who is his dedicated rep, calls him, "Hey, Alessandro, how are you? How you doing? You know what? I'm gonna be a dedicated rep." He's like, "I don't know who you are." Right? Right. So he put up the guns. I'm like, listen. So then I think Alessandro, you hung up on him. You hung
Absolutely
up-
not. It wasn't me.
No, he didn't hang up. I think he called back and
No. Yeah.
you think he called back. and
He
then
was
he-
put up the mic.
Yeah. So I think he called back, not realizing that we spoke already. And
Correct. And
Yeah.
now, to be honest with you, Alessandro has a deal that he submitted, tax returns. Right? What was your client's name? It was a lady's name with an L. right?
Yeah, her name was Lucy Marianella. She
Okay.
didn't make it with a personal loan, so then I said, let's do the Alt C.
Yep.
The revenues.
Yep.
She
Why don't
has
we?
a business and she makes way more than 10,000 a month. So I said, Sean, let's try to
that.
put her here. And so
I like that.
and so
Now,
she's giving me the four months, as Sean told me.
Yep.
4 months of bank statements up to date, November, snapshot, or whatever, and then the application. What I couldn't find, Sean, and what I need help on is I couldn't find your application. I have my own business, 1003, so to speak.
Okay. Yes.
and I sent it to her. She's gonna fill it out tomorrow. I will submit it. I need help on the navigation of the website a little bit. You know, it's all new. I know, you know, we're paying a nominal amount, so you guys are a limited amount, and then there's a bunch of people who need help, you know. But yeah, I think we can do it. I mean, based on your program, I've done this shit for many years. Any kind of loan.
Alessandro, if we can, so number one, it's we want to apologize for obviously the whole confusion. The what ended up happening was that I guess the link, you know, once you
the QR code registered. Yeah, the QR code registered to your inbox, not mine.
Correct. And then, so now, if you would like, if you don't mind, I guess just tell us a little bit about the client, and I just want to ask you a couple of questions, just so that we can get an understanding. And I want to use you as a mock or a trial to how we would go ahead and underwrite a file, right?
Sure.
Sarah, you want to just go ahead and take it over so I can get everyone involved? What would be the questions that we would go ahead and ask? Do you want to give me an intake form?
Yeah. Alessandro.
Hey, by the way, I'm first generation Italian.
I said, what are you, Irish?
Nah, first generation. I moved here young. Then I came and I went back to Europe, and I came back for college and stayed.
Nice.
Where from Italy?
Rome.
Rome. Oh, Lazio or Roma fan?
I'm a Roma fan.
Oh, okay. Funny story. So I was in Aruba over the summer, and I was swimming in one of the excursions, and I look over to my left, and you know who's next to me?
Who?
Francesco Totti.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
I swear, I looked over. I said, "No."
He's like Mahomes. He's like
Mahomes. Oh my
Mahomes.
God, that guy is—he's the greatest.
Are you serious?
The best. Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I'm looking right at him. I'm like, and then I look at his wife, and I'm like, oh, forget Totti.
He divorced him because he cheated. Anyway, let's get back to business.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead, Sarah. I mean, this is just showing you an example of what Sarah's going to go run through the kind of questions that we ask, and then at the end we want to be able to go ahead and demonstrate why we ask these questions, right?
So we all have these sheets accessible to us just so it keeps us on track, streamlined if we're in a conversation, just to bring us back to the selling points. Of course, we always ask how much money are they looking for. Of course, we ask how soon they need the funds. That will A, help us in the sale, B, help us properly fit the client with a product. We always ask if they're doing revenue for the business.
So what would be the first question you would ask him, and he's going to answer it?
Okay.
As if he were the client.
All right. I usually might start with what's your credit score?
I think it's in the 600s.
Is that what the client's credit score is as well? Right?
No, the client credit score is actually probably worse.
Yeah, it was like it was in like the low 5.
Okay, so let's because I want to use something real factual, right?
What I want.
That's factual, man. That's a real application.
I'll tell you this though. I like how he thought outside the box. You know? Some reps will just be like, "Oh, sorry, I guess on to the next." But he sat there and thought, "Well, she does have a business. She's bringing in revenue."
Correct.
So he's got.
I looked at your programs, and I'm like, it fits the criteria.
And that's exactly what we want. We want people to, just explore other options. If there's a no-in-one product, we have other options, and that's what I like that you.
I mean, that's also getting into the point of knowing your client's business.
So you'll get it tomorrow, Sean.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And okay, so the credit score is below 600.
Credit score is below 600. So we're gonna ask how much you gross a month. What kind of deposits are going into a business bank account?
What kind of deposits are going into the business account?
Realistically, she's done 7,000 a week. So 28, 29, 30,000 a month.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
She's got a low season, high season.
We would double check the type of industry that the client's in. Again, how much they're looking for and the purpose, what kind of opportunity this will generate in revenue for the client and their business, to keep them on track, focused if they, need the money or what they're looking to do with money. We're going to ask them if they have any other merchant cash advances out. So we properly, submit as well. And if at the end, we can do this in conjunction, or if they don't qualify for anything, we always mention real estate, see if anyone is looking to purchase any properties, do any cash out, refis, etc.
Exactly.
Got you.
Well, that's good. I mean, listen, and what are you guys going to end up doing? I guess he's getting bank statements. Is that what's going to?
Yeah, I'm getting her application, and then 4 months up to date bank statements, and she will qualify because as Sean said, I thought the minimum was 17. I wasn't sure how much she was revenuing per week.
Pay it up, baby.
And it was way over that. So I'm like, you're gonna get it now. But I helped this woman,
Nice.
just like my patriota was saying, he likes to help people. You know, I've worked with this woman and she got declined 3 different SBAs, she got declined this and that. And then I looked at the alt, I started looking at your programs, I saw the alt C.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
you know, I lookgot at the criteria, I'm like, this is the last chance. This is the last chance.
What does she need the money for?
She wants to she's got a food truck.
Okay.
And she does really well. What happened was it did so well that she opened up a brick and mortar restaurant in downtown Miami Beach, paying $16,000 a month in rent, and it drowned her. And so she focused on that, tried to build, and then she gave it up. And so she's going back to the roots, but she's had multiple businesses. We're focusing on one business,
So
which is
Alessandro,
the food truck.
once again, I'm sorry. What does she need the money for?
Working capital.
That's not an answer. What does she need the money for?
And listen, Alessandro, listen.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
What does anybody need the money for?
No, and Alessandro, and I'm glad you say working capital, because keep in mind, one of the biggest things that us here, you know, anywhere, is we want to make sure it's a pet peeve, you would say, but no, but you know what? We want to make sure if someone were to walk into Chase and give an answer working capital, that's not an answer. Aside from that, if you're gonna go ahead, if we were to give the client X amount of money, right, and if it's short term or expensive or whatever the case would be, there has to be an ROI. There has to be a benefit.
Yeah.
To the
She's
borrower.
saying she needs to get through the low season. We have low season and high seasons in Florida, depending on summer and winter and all that. And so she needs to get through it.
Okay,
and,
so let me ask.
That's really the answer that I can.
Okay, no, and I love it. I love this, and
Yeah.
I'm glad this actually was a client, because okay, so now let's break it down for a minute. The client has a below 600 credit score. You said the
Yes.
credit score, let's call it 550. Let's give her a great credit score. Let's call it 590. She has a 590.
No, it's below that.
Okay, so
let's be real. It's 507.
Okay, so there you go. So 507 credit score. She really wants the money to sit in her account to be able to go ahead and float her for the upcoming slow months. Now, someone with a 507 credit score, can they realistically give themselves the luxury of actually getting money to do that? No, because what's going to happen is her mindset. You just said she went for an SBA. Her mindset is, you know what? I want to be categorized as someone with a 680 score. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I can tell you right now what type of program she's going to get approved for. She's with a 507 credit score. She's going to get something short term. It's good that she has revenue coming in, but maybe
she's not asking for much, man. She's asking for like chump change, 50,000, 30,000, nothing.
Okay, what if I give her? Let's assume I give her $50,000, but I tell her to pay me back daily.
I don't know. That's what you have to tell her.
No, and I love it.
I don't speak for her. She's a client. I haven't asked these questions, so I really can't answer.
No, and that's the whole thing is, because when it's just setting proper expectations for a lot of clients, and you know what, and that's one of the things that we get a lot of the times is, hey, listen, they want this, or we accept, or the affiliate sometimes accepts a small answer, you know, and then sometimes is once we go ahead and identify the problem and address it, is when we start going ahead and seeing the conversions, because at the end of the day, it's all about conversions and understanding what the execution.
You know what, Alessandro, I'm gonna talk to you right now like you're my college roommate.
All right.
And I just want to be very.
Even though I could be your father.
Wow. You know, I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna call you daddy though. Listen.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
No, I'll try to listen.
Hang on, I got my shit stuck here. Hold on, wait. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
I like those. See the bell.
Yeah.
The bell.
Every office
Needs a bell.
A bell.
It's a de-stressor.
Yeah.
It went from being a closed bell to
Sorry about that.
Yeah. No. So Alessandro, I'm gonna.
We good?
Yes. Of course. Listen, you
Can
are.
you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. We hear you. You are one of our valued, the valued members of our community, and I want you to be successful. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now how to put money into your pocket. Okay, if you don't know why the client needs the money, she's never gonna fund. And I'm gonna tell. And I don't want you to talk right now. This is
You there?
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you now.
Okay,
So I
perfect.
missed everything from the moment I went down.
No worries, no worries. This is I'm glad you missed what I said because this is now the part where you listen.
You glad you missed what I said?
Yes, because this is the part where you listen, right, my brother?
Right.
We do this on a daily. I don't know what you do on a daily.
What do you do on a daily
Yeah,
basis?
The same as you. I do every
Yes.
loan known to man.
Perfect. So
Residential, commercial, personal, big projects abroad.
Nice.
Anything.
Oh, wait, hold on. How many times have you studied abroad?
I've lived abroad. I came to the States in college.
What was her name? I'm kidding. No, really. Alessandro, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is the listen, this is the creme de la creme. This is what Brokers Connection is all about. I'm gonna teach you how to put money into your pocket right now, my brother. And I hopefully I'm looking at the right camera. I don't know which one to look at. Here's how you put money in your pocket. It's what 80. It's not what you want. Everyone wants a Ferrari. Everyone wants to live in that Malibu $5 million house by the water. Unfortunately, you make $50,000 a year. You can never afford the mortgage. There's a time where you have to make the client come to reality. It's the main question. This is what Jose said. This is what Sarah said before. This is what Sean said. What does she need the money for? I need money in the account during my associates. That's not a real deal. You have a 5-something credit score, okay? You walk into a bank, they're gonna tell you to come back.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby. Okay, our company can tell you hasta la vista, baby. However, we have 15 different programs. So instead of that hasta la vista, baby,
you cycle them to another program, the credit repair, this and that.
Correct.
He does this on a day-to-day.
Yes, correct, Alessandro, and you're right, and I'm glad you said that. But part of finding out the different program is now, okay, listen, you have a 540 credit score. So obviously, I can't go to the bank that requires you to have a good credit score. So now what's the next step? Okay, you have business revenue. I do. What are you making on a monthly basis? I'm making X amount. Perfect. Now I know as the business funding specialist, I can get you up to 80%, sometimes up to 120% of what you do on a monthly basis.
If what? I can fix your credit score.
No. Whoa. No. See, Alessandro? No. And that's why we do this on Tequila Thursdays.
I'm listening. I'll shut up.
Educate you. No, you don't have to shut up. You just have to listen. Okay? All right. Listen, the best part about this, my brother, is this. If she's generating revenue right now, if your client is generating revenue over $10,000 a month, we can get you, regardless of your credit score, up to from between 0 up to 120% of what you do on a monthly basis.
Yep.
So,
do you have an algorithm
yes.
that you could say $100,000 in a revenue will get you this amount if you do 7 or 50, whatever over 15.
Yeah. So that's a amazing question, my brother. It's a generalization, right? So I could, but it's all industry based, right?
Who determines that?
Oh, the underwriters at the lenders.
Based on what?
Based off of, I'll tell you, time in business, location in the country, industry. Because Alessandro, think about it. Somebody that's a landscaper in Florida is not going to have the same December, January, and February bank statements as a landscaper in New York. Why? Because there's snow and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Very simple, right? So the landscaper in December is not going to get the same approval.
That's why we take 12 months bank statements and make an average.
Oh my God. Give us a round of applause. It's the yellow button, the yellow button, the yellow button. There we go.
All right, shout out.
Right? So now instead of you coming back to your client and saying, hey, listen, you have a sub 680 credit score. Nothing we can do for you, Sheila. Now you're able to say, hey, Sheila, guess what? I found another option for you. We're going to go based off of not your credit score because it sucks, right?
You know what? You can use an example with Lucy. It's exactly the same.
Lucy, I'm
our existing client.
No, go ahead. Finish.
So I'm saying the example you're using, you can use it with the existing client live that you have in your company, Lucy.
Yes.
In other words, hey, we couldn't help you with a personal loan, but I found the Alt-C loan. I looked at the guidelines. I think you can do it. And I can get you at least 15,000, 20,000. Am I going to make money out of 15,000? Absolutely nothing. Yep. I know that. But to the client, And she
No,
is.
No.
gonna be-
Here's the misconception. Listen, 100% of zero is zero. So even if you make a certain percentage on a $15,000 deal, it beats a blank. But also,
Absolutely.
now that client is gonna fucking trust you because you got something done for her that
No one else could.
nobody else.
And she spreads the word.
Yes.
Guys. Also, to
Yes.
understand this, Alessandro, you've obviously looked at the what we call a lender cheat or a cheat sheet, right? A program sheet.
I have.
Okay. So what you
No, not cheat sheet. I looked at your programs.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
program.
No, we call it our cheat sheet.
Yeah, we call it cheat
Okay.
sheet. Yeah.
It's just easy access.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, it is.
So no, just I don't know if you know this, but our Alt C really is a line of credit that falls in our C paper program. It's a line of credit. That line of credit can perform monthly payments. So it's just letting you on. Just the reason why I want to say that is because there's a lot of different programs that a lot of clients just don't know what they can get options to.
Yeah.
But at the same token, I don't want you to just say, "Hey, I can get you a line of credit." We come back with something that's not a line of credit. Then after that, they're discouraged. But everything is also perception. How do you present it to someone?
Right.
I can present it to someone in the sense of, you know what, I'll get you something called the hybrid line of credit, right? Where the reason why someone wants a line of credit is because they want to make sure that they're approved for X. Let's call it 10,000. If they only need 5,000, they want to know that the rest of the money's still there. What ends up happening with programs for clients that have below 680 plus credit scores is we are able to go ahead and provide the money where we can approve them for, let's say, 20,000, but we're going to give it to them in increments, right? Or we can go ahead if they're approved for an actual $20,000 financing, but they only need 5. The remaining money is still available. It's called concurrent funding, where now we can go ahead and give them that money on top of it later on. Whether it's a first, a second, a third, etc., as long as they don't use up the maximum line or the maximum money available, it's all about affordability. And what he
And
mentioned,
you only get interest payments based on what you draw.
or what
100%.
It's not a term.
Now
It's
let's
a
not-
line.
Correct. And on certain programs, there's no interest attached. It's the cost of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flat cost.
So flat cost, right?
Flat fixed cost. You borrow X, you pay back Y. It's not something that amortizes over 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, because how's something going to amortize over the course of a couple of years if I give it to you for 7 months, right?
Right.
And that's the benefit of the program. But listen, guys, I want to wrap this up with this, and I want to talk, I want to talk
With a tequila shot?
No.
I wish we could, in the future.
Alessandro,
maybe
where are
we'll
you?
get
You're
some-
fly him up
He's
here.
in Miami. You don't see the background, bro?
No. The background is wallpaper bullshit. But I am close to the beach. I'm in Sarasota, the Gulf of Mexico, where the last
nice.
hurricane
All right.
hit
Yeah.
the eye.
Yeah. Are you good? Like
I'm
I have
alive.
been in
I'm here.
Sarasota.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
good.
Steven.
Yeah. So hey, see, Steven, thank you for joining. So guys, listen, I definitely want to wrap it up with this, but Alessandro, I want to speak to you, specifically because we're conversing right now. Listen, we have to take if the client knew what was best for them, they wouldn't need us.
Correct.
They don't, right? So it's up to us to go ahead and make sure that there are no denials, that we're able to go ahead and pivot and get them the money that they're looking for. Hey, listen, just like your client Lucy, maybe you don't qualify for this, but instead of us telling Lucy to go somewhere, we're like, hey, Lucy, we have another program for you. And because we have those other programs, Alessandro, there's still a way that you could put money into your pocket, which if you were dealing with another company, it would just be a flat zero. It'll be nothing. So we're able to go ahead and pivot. And listen, guys, that's the benefit of Brokers Connection, being able to have access to conversations like this, being able to have access to different programs, and being able to have access to people, regular guys, just like you, regular ladies, just like Sarah, that's able to go ahead and sit down on the phone, be able to speak intelligently to a client, figure out their needs, and get them into the program that fits their needs the best. It's not always what they want, it's what they qualify for. And the most important thing that we can ever do is educate somebody on what they really qualify for, bring them back down to earth, and get them the financing that they're looking for.
Guys, and also too, just so you know, make sure that you look at the brokers community, brokers connection. You make sure you look at the app as well.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of information on there. There's videos. There's also flyers that you can remarket and white label yourself as well. Information about all the different programs. And remember, you have a dedicated rep. So feel free to reach out to them.
I got your number, Sean.
There you go, Sean.
Yes.
You have Sarah. You have Daryl.
Yeah.
Bartolo, where you met before. Carl.
Nice meeting you
everyone
guys.
else.
Yes. And guys, just want to let you know we closed 4 mortgages this month. Well, 4 mortgages this week. And we closed and we made a total of $71,500 in commission. Sean, round of applause. Let's go. Guys, we'll see you next week
Yes.
with more topics. And we're going to do a
Alright.
Q&A next week so you guys can ask us any questions.
Are we gonna change the liquor? Are we gonna go from tequila to rum?
No,
What
no,
are we
no.
doing?
No.
Listen, if you join us, we'll have a bottle of rum here. We don't really drink rum, but we'll stick to tequila. Tequila to-
No,
Now,
I
next
drink
week-
wine.
next-
I'm just a wine drinker.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna
okay.
start. We'll explore. But next week is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that next week we won't be on.
Should we do like a Taco Tuesday stream or something like that? Should we do
Uh,
like a
Taco
Tequila
Tuesday.
Tuesday or
What was the
something?
tacos?
Tequila Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, maybe,
Taco Tuesday,
maybe.
We'll send out the email to everyone. Taco Tuesday,
Yeah.
Tequila Tuesday.
All right, guys, listen, thanks so
All right,
much
thank
for
you very
tuning in.
much.
Thank everybody for tuning in.
Alessandro, talk to you tomorrow, man.
Hasta
You got it,
luego.
Sean. Thank
I'm
you.
working on my Spanish. Hasta luego.